What's up, motherfuckers? I was looking around. I did want to kind of see like what people who saw that shit and what what people thought of it or something. And I did want it like like these opinions. But here's God loves me, and like if you look at God loves me loves me's channel, here's their
This
channel.
song is about this. This is
Whoops, hold on. Oh fuck, hold on, I fucked up. But she made a she went live about it for a little bit, but it was hold on. Let me fix my shit right quick. But I mean, it was absolutely insane. I didn't know what to think of, what Scotty was doing and how Scotty was acting and shit. It was just so fucking shocking, and she just fucking blindsided me. And it was like fucking crazy. Last night I was like, what the fuck is this bitch's problem? But I mean, at the end of the day, like she exposed exactly who she is. And I mean, I appreciate like God Loves Me was talking about, well, she's had to work with, people that have committed like some heinous fucking crimes or fuck with, people that have committed heinous crimes and these very unthinkable fucking issues that and things that people have done. There's jobs in this world. Like if you were to work for Walmart, you think that they don't ever hire any felons that have committed very terrible crimes, or like I used to work for Tyson Foods. They hired people that committed these terrible crimes. And Odeon's big thing is, well, I would have asked to transfer to some other, section or whatever the case may be, or whatever the fuck it was that he said, some other department or whatever. And you transfer to some other department, and guess what? They got the same shit there, dude. I mean, and you really, sometimes the story behind their conviction, and sometimes you don't know the whole story behind their conviction. And it doesn't matter because now doing what I do, right? In the same way that God loves me does what she does, when you deal with somebody who has committed like a terrible crime like that, what are you going to do? If I have somebody come in and they've committed this terrible crime, am I not going to treat that person? Because starts to become against the law, you know, that starts to become an issue. And obviously, this man has never worked a job in his life. Obviously, it's painfully obvious because if he had, he would know that you, at some point in your professional career, if you have a professional career, are going to run across people that you really don't like something about them, or maybe you don't like something that they did, or maybe you don't like something that they've done. It's just quite disgusting to say, oh, well, I would do this or I would do that. Yeah, that's easy to say when you're just sucking off the government tit, bro. And that's all you've done your whole fucking life, right? You don't have a fucking vehicle. You fucking live in a Section 8, home that everything's provided for you from a taxpayer like me. That's easy for you to tell me how to be a taxpayer, ain't it? You don't own a vehicle, you walk everywhere you go or you catch a ride, right? And your ride is provided by me, the taxpayer, right? But you're gonna tell me how to fucking live my life and how to do shit, right, Odion? Because you're just such a fucking expert. Never been a parent in his life. He's gonna tell me how to parent, right? He's gonna tell me what I did and didn't do. This dude is fucking dog shit trash. Never had a fucking responsibility in his life. Never paid a bill on a regular basis in his own name. Went out and worked a job and paid a fucking bill of his own. You know, this guy's gonna tell me, no, dude, you don't tell me shit. You ain't shit. This dude that isn't shit, isn't about shit. It hasn't had a child or nothing, and he's gonna tell me that there's something wrong with me, like there's, and talk all this shit and make it out like I'm some kind of pedophile or something. Motherfucker, I'm the custodial parent of my children. I've been the custodial parent of all 5 of my motherfucking kids. What the fuck are you talking about? I've raised children. There are grown people in this world that were raised by me. And this dude who's never been in the presence of a child probably is gonna fucking tell me something, you know, like, well, because you said this and said that, supposedly, right? Even if I did say exactly what he said, I said, evidently I didn't do it, right? Evidently it didn't go the way you're portraying it, right? There's something different about that story that ain't quite right, right? Otherwise, there would be a problem, right? Like, at the very least, I would have lost my child, at this point. My child's fixing to be fucking 13 years old. I'm still a custodial parent, motherfucker. What? You know, you think people didn't call CPS? I mean, Shaggy called CPS on me, right? You know that CPS talked to her, right? That they already tried that noise. Obviously, something, something, got lost in translation with you, right? And just because you insist it and you want to continue to insist it doesn't make what your lie true, or your fiction that you come up with true. And if you think that you can work in the professional world and never run across somebody somewhere, somehow, whether, it was when you were in high school and you worked at Walmart or McDonald's or whatever, if you think that somebody who committed a very fucking serious crime didn't come up to the counter and buy some shit from you at the very least, or you didn't run across somebody who had done some fucked up shit, then you're fucking just fucking delusional. You're fucking out of your mind delusional. If you think that you never had to do some business with some fucked up individual who did some really terrible shit, in some sort of a way, like whether I have to share a work environment with that individual, whether whatever it is, and you know what? If you ain't willing to fucking share that work environment with that individual and get around that situation, or just not think about it or talk about it or have anything to do with that person, just do work, do what you're there to paid to do, and move on from it. If you think that if you're incapable of doing that, guess what? You get to go home and you don't get a paycheck. I don't have the government tit I can suck off of like you do, ODM. With your whatever the fuck's wrong with you, you fucking idiot. I'm tired of these stupid ass motherfuckers that are gonna sit here and just tell these lies and change these narratives and shift it around however they want. But I'm thankful that Scotty behaved the way Scotty behaved. It helped me to get rid of that motherfucker and expose her for exactly who she is. And I'm just glad that somebody saw her for what she is. Just a trash human being. That was some trashy ass shit that she fucking pulled. Because it was. It was 1,000 some trashy ass shit. 1,000%. That was just some trashy ass shit. I wasn't up there for that. I wasn't in there to fucking stir up shit with her or her buddies. I didn't want anything to do with her buddies to begin with. And like Jim said, she just fucking wanted to fucking pile drive on and do all the shit that she wanted to do. Obviously, she's watching GLM because in her text messages, she addresses some of the issues that GLM talks about in her video. That's the funny part. So clearly, Scotty is obsessed, and sitting there and watching all of you people all the time. I just happened to catch it just now today, just a few seconds ago. I happened to catch what GLM was saying. I just started looking around and happened to catch it. You know what I mean? Uh, what's up? Brutal chat blocker. Huh? I mean, it's insane. Insane. And it's childish. She just went out of her way to do this childish as shit. What was I supposed to say on Shangy's fucking panel? They played the video from your voice. You got called out and you had no answers but lies and BS. Obviously, it didn't go down that way. Obviously, the way you're interpreting what I'm saying is not the actual way it went down then, right? Because the way I said it was we were having a conversation. Me and my daughter had a conversation about that situation, and we played out a scenario that she said was different, right? Oh, yeah. The whole thing was a perfect example of her and her friends. Absolutely. That's exactly what they do. And they sit and look, this motherfucker here is continuing to go on with this dumb shit that was from fucking years ago that's been debunked and thrown to the side years ago. They're just gonna, keep on chiming in because that's how fucking dumb ODN is. Like when it doesn't fit, he keeps trying to make the square peg go in the round hole. You know what I mean? Despite the fact that it doesn't fit, it doesn't work, right? This motherfucker that doesn't have anything, all he does is fucking suck off the government tit. That's it. That's what he does. That is his job, to collect a check, to get it. Section 8. That's all he does. That's it. He doesn't do nothing else with his life. Nothing. Never has. Hasn't done anything else in his entire adult life. Doesn't own a car. Doesn't fucking nothing. Right? This dude has nothing to him. He's never had a responsibility. He can't even be responsible for himself. Right? That's who that guy is. And he's going to continue to try to put that square peg in that round hole and lie about people and change this narrative. Oh, look, I clipped something, so therefore it's true. You know, that's the type of shit that he does. I was going over a conversation that I had with my daughter in a scenario that we kind of played out together. That we talked about, okay, she figured that she could do something that she couldn't do. And that's a normal parenting situation. And this guy that has no ability to raise a child whatsoever, can't even fucking take care of himself, is gonna sit here and lecture me about what? Right? And then he says, "Oh, they lie. I told the truth. You just didn't have no answers." Man, that's what he does, right? Because he's trash. No, no, no. All good. No, it's not all good, bro. That's the thing is it's not all good. It's not all good, right? The video was your voice, and the video can be my voice. So what? That doesn't mean that the way you're spinning what was said is the accurate way of the way things went down. Now, is it? And you know that isn't the way it went down, obviously. 4 or 5 years later, guess what? I'm still the custodial parent of that same daughter. There's been no change. How did that happen? 5 years after what he's talking about. So he knows what he's saying isn't accurate. Everybody knows what he's saying isn't accurate. You said what you said. You was asked about it. You had nothing. That's all. No, I'm tired of fucking going over the same dumb fucking shit over and over again and debunking the same dumb shit over and over and over again that they know isn't true and is a lie and isn't the way it went down. And there was no trunk. I don't own a trunk. Just saying. The way you're portraying it is not the way that it went down. And the way you're portraying it is not the way it was meant to be said. Just saying. This dude that has no responsibilities whatsoever. If I wanted to go in there and I wanted to clip every little thing off of him, yeah, find new material one of these days. Maybe not 5-year-old material or year old material or 2 or 3-year-old material. Why can you not find something else? Because you don't have nothing else. That's all you got. Right? So the single father that is a custodial parent, that's what your big plan. How's that worked out for you? Real good? Hmm? Change something? What did it change? My life is still great, and you're still fucking on Section 8, fucking sucking off of government tit. You know? I'm still a custodial parent of my child, and what are you? Right? I'm still making more money than I ever made in my life. What are you doing? Oh, do you? What? Huh? With your weird little names under your little weird sock accounts, bro. What did y'all fix or change? What did you accomplish, Scotty, with your bullshit? What did that accomplish? You figure something out. My life didn't change a bit, Scotty. How about yours? Did yours get better by attacking me and treating me like that? Huh? I mean, what did that fix for y'all? I just want to know because it didn't get you nowhere. I still haven't heard from them police though, Dan. You promised that you were gonna have the police come get me for something. I mean, despite the fact that I see them on occasion. Rudolph has been a brawl and Shaggy's better. Cops are zooming in on these Peacewood. Well, I mean, the cops are supposedly zooming in on me. He's got the cops coming at me. I don't know what they're coming at me for. I talk to them all the time. I mean, the thing is that you do realize that I have patients that are retired cops, retired judges, retired, things like that. That when you go to some places and let's say you're going to a new clinic or something, and it's not like I haven't accidentally hit the code to go in and set off the fucking alarm, right? And the cops don't know me because they go pop it up there, and I don't know the code to fucking stop the alarm, right? Because that's happened to me several times in several different areas, even the area where I live. Where the cops come up there and I'm like, oh fuck, I didn't realize that nobody had come in to open. I'm sorry, my bad, and I don't have the code to fucking shut this fucking thing off. What do I do about it? You know, you, you act like I don't see the cops every day. You know, or the cops don't know me, and they also know where I live and everything about me. What is your point? If they wanted to come talk to me, they could talk to me any day. You know, You- I mean, what about this? How about this? How about prisoners that need like treatment that are currently incarcerated for some really bad shit? You think I never have that? That I don't have a man sitting there being treated in handcuffs and a guard right there. Like I've never had that, right? That doesn't happen. I guess I should, knowing the guy's crime, if it's above my moral compass, if I wouldn't commit that crime or that crime doesn't have nothing to do with me, I guess I shouldn't treat that guy. Or if I hate that guy because of the crime he committed, I should not. Like I would get away with that. Like at that point, I would have a job anymore. They would fire me for that. And there is a thing called, where you're legally obligated to do your job. You know, there is a such thing as that, right? I guess police officers don't run across very terrible people every day, and they should shoot everybody that commits a crime that ODN deems as a shootable offense, and they should just execute people in the street with no due process because ODN says so. This is this guy's thought process. He's just a fucking weirdo that collects off the government tit because he's so fucked up in the head as an individual that, I mean, never mind people that maybe got convicted and maybe they didn't commit the crime that they were convicted of. Maybe they had an ex that was vindictive or tried to do parent alienation and made a bunch of accusations that ended up sticking for one reason or another because the person didn't have a lawyer or something. Maybe the person was actually innocent of the crime that they were accused of. Maybe that's the case. I mean, you really don't know what happened because you weren't there. You know, um, but this idea that, oh well, I could just transfer, I can do this, or I can that's not the way fucking life works. That's not the way an employer works. The employer expects you to work the place that they put you at, and they expect you to do the job they're paying you to do. So knowing somebody from a job or work or knowing of that person, I mean, there's a lot of definitions to knowing a person. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, I hang out with them or I have conversations with that person every day or that I call them on the phone. I got their phone number or that I've talked to them ever, ever even spoken a word to that person. I can know that person and not, never even speak to them. You know what I'm saying? That could be, it just depends. Know somebody is a loose definition of I'm aware and or I've been in a person's presence maybe, or I know who that person is. I've seen them around. Maybe I've heard rumors about that person. I know that person, right? It could be even that loose of a definition. So I mean, and a lot of them were talking over me anyway when I was in there. It was a fucking hit job. Let's face the reality of it. It was a complete hit job. And he wanted to misportray everything and act like, oh look, I got something on you. Look, I got this fucking thing. You supposedly said, and really and truly, it doesn't mean what you said. It means what I'm going to interpret it as. You know, okay, that's not how it works. But and you would think that he would know that after all the little court cases that he's done, that that's not how it works. But apparently he doesn't. You know, I don't know. You just some people you can't say anything to, and you can't have a conversation with them. You can't try to be reasonable with them. You can't do anything with them. And as far as Scotty, whatever she was pissed off about, fuck her. That bitch has had zero loyalty for anybody and has been a complete and total fucking asshole about all kinds of shit. You know, yeah, it punches up his gay hole. You're right. It does. That totally punches up his gay hole every day. But the thing is that Scotty is like the new fire ice switch. That's their new fire ice switch there. I mean, and she does act just like that motherfucker in a whole lot of ways, unfortunately. And it's pretty fucking disgusting behavior. She didn't include like sections where me and her didn't talk so much or me and her were, talking very little or whatever. Oh, you weren't like all over me about uh on Shangy's panel. You weren't like really nice, so, about whatever. You didn't. You didn't reply to my standard, but she can behave however she wants to behave, right? And that's the thing, you know, that's how she acts. That's the way she is. She expects, far more than she ever gives. I mean, like I had told her, and I was making excellent arguments to her, she was losing that conversation. She was telling me what she had expected out of me, and I'm like, dude, why are you even thinking, even for a second, that you would deserve that from me when you aren't willing to give the same thing that you're asking for? You know, she did not give a fuck about what anybody said, felt, or thought about, brutal mafia or any of that shit that she decided that she was going to go and do. Yeah, oh yeah, she absolutely lost it from the get go. Because I mean, I'm supposed to be all like simping for her on Shangy's panel, but she lets Brutal Mafia do what the fuck ever in the chat. She runs off with American Dream. They're exchanging numbers. He's fucking calling her, asking her to marry him. She's Mrs. American Dream. It's just all kinds of shit are going on. But somehow or another, I didn't simp enough for her on Shangy's show, or I didn't simp up to her standards. So therefore, whatever. But I can't, go up on your panel. Why did you let me up on your panel? Hey, I don't want you up on my panel. Or JT, I don't like you. You need to go away. And I would have been like, okay, cool. Because I mean, I can go months and months without ever talking to the bitch, right? I don't have to talk to that bitch. I don't have to have anything to do with that bitch. I'm good, right? But she had to blindside me. I thought we were being cool. I thought we were friends. I thought we were whatever. I'm up on your panel. We're talking about something that ain't related to whoever the fuck you're hanging out with. I wasn't talking about your buddies. I wasn't doing anything. It was a completely a one-sided like fucking attack on me, right? Meanwhile, you know, I'm supposed to be doing all this shit for her. It was mind-boggling. It was insanity. I don't owe you a fucking thing, Scotty. I never have and never will. I don't owe you a kind word. I don't owe you shit, you know? And you certainly haven't earned it at this point. Sometimes you sit back and you watch what somebody does and how they act and behave, and you let them expose themselves. And you know what? You did exactly that. You did exactly what I thought you would do, and behaved exactly like I knew you would, because I could just tell that you're a fucked up individual. There was just too much shit that scared the fuck out of me about your behavior. I mean, it immediately scared the shit out of me. This motherfucker in real life is a little bit fucking off. Um, and it's some scary shit. Um, it would make you concerned in a heartbeat. Like you would be like, fuck. I can see. Well, she does advocate everything that he does, right? I mean, she's allowing and enabling his behavior. You know, um, it's kind of disgusting and disturbing. I haven't really participated. Have I been on people's panels and talked to people? Sure. But that doesn't mean that what Shangy's doing is what I'm doing, or that I'm co-signing what he's doing. I don't know what the fuck like Lauren's saying, You're co-signing, or you're doing this, or you do by what? Being on his panel and talking to him, listening to what he has to say, and going by what he has to say about the situation because he's experiencing it. I'm not, right? It's what he's experiencing on here. It's what he's going through. I'm listening to what the man's saying, and going by what he's saying about what y'all are doing to him, yeah, I'm gonna agree with what he's saying. No shit, right? You're the one saying you're not doing it. If he's taking you to court and he's winning, obviously he's proving it to the court that it's happening, right? I mean, that's how it works. I'm not a judge. I'm not a lawyer. That ain't my job to fucking. I'm not the one pronouncing you innocent or guilty or any of that shit, right? I'm not the one sitting here saying he needs a restraining order on you or he doesn't. That's on a judge in a district that or whatever. I mean, and this idea that what difference does it make what my opinion on it is? Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. I mean, well, JT, that I didn't do it, right? That's what you was trying to tell me, motherfucker. I'm not looking over your shoulder. I don't have a keystroker on your key logger on your computer, right? Do I got a key logger on your computer? I don't have a GPS on your car. I don't know what the fuck it is that you're doing or not doing, motherfucker. Why the fuck? How the fuck would I know what the fuck you're doing, or how would anybody else know other than you what the fuck you're doing? you know, if somebody out here said JT blah 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 blah, did some sort of an internet, crime of some sort, you know, how am I gonna look at, let's say I look at you, Brutal Chat Blocker, and I say, Brutal Chat Blocker, I didn't do that, right? How the fuck would you know? you know, somebody accuses me of fucking driving the goddamn Whataburger and getting a Whataburger with jalapenos right now. And I look at you and say, I didn't do that, right? I didn't do it. How the fuck would you know? For all you know, I got that goddamn jalapeno Whataburger right in my motherfucking mouth right now. You don't know. Yeah, I believe that. He's constantly licking ass. I mean, it really makes no sense. How the fuck is anybody gonna know what the fuck I'm doing in my life other than me? You know, your husband might know a little bit, but he may not be aware of the fullest extent of what the fuck you're up to, right? But I mean, there's wives that cheat on their spouses that and their husbands fucking live with them, right? Or their wives live with them, and they don't know that they're being cheated on, right? So if your husband can live with you and miss things that you're doing and not doing, right? When you're supposed to be doing or not supposed to be doing something, um, if your husband can miss that shit, what the fuck makes you think that some guy who lives in a completely different state can't miss that shit? You know, I don't understand the mentality, the stupidity, the ignorance, the fucking childishness. Well, you're my friend. You're supposed to know. How the fuck am I gonna know? How the fuck am I gonna know? I mean, really, you know, that doesn't make sense. It's just fucking dumb. This behavior, this action, this justification for shit. It's fucking mind boggling. What the fuck is wrong with you people? He wears a cheese string. Oh, she wanted me to reassure her of her fake good character. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I understand the purpose and what she was trying to accomplish there, but there's just no way I would know. I mean, I want to understand that statement. I'm trying to fucking grasp how the fuck it is that I supposedly would have known or would know that what she does or doesn't. How the fuck would that work? How would that even work? I mean, there's motherfuckers who have probation officers and they got a goddamn ankle bracelet thing, and the probation officer ain't fucking fully aware of what the fuck that motherfucker's doing. You know, he doesn't know, right? So I just want to know how somebody in another fucking state who doesn't ever fucking see your ass, who doesn't live in anywhere close to the same fucking household as you, is gonna know some shit about you. You know what? I agree 1,000 fucking percent. But it's just like I try to understand the most basic fucking concepts of these stupid fucks, and I just thinking to myself, how fucking stupid. It don't make sense. Like some of the shit they say and do and everything else, it makes zero fucking sense. You know I didn't do that. No, bitch, how the fuck? Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, I know. They seek out some fucking crazy ass attention, don't they? I think it's fucking funny. I think it's fucking hilarious the way they act. It just makes me laugh. I'm just like, that shit don't fucking crank you up. You know I didn't do that. How the fuck would you know? Or anybody else? What the fuck are you thinking? How could you even make that statement that somebody else that lives in another fucking state that's never seen you in person is gonna know anything about you? It's fucking crazy. These motherfuckers are nuts. Ugh. And you're terrible. You hang out with Shangy. Why? Why is that terrible? What does Shaggy do? Shaggy ain't done shit. Y'all are fucking full of shit. And then all the dumb shit they keep saying about it. Like, fuck off. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Peace out.